it's Jane. I'm here to bring you guys my November TBR, even though it is maybe already November. I'm kind of behind. I apologize. So to start off, November is nonfiction November, and what I get from it is just try to read some nonfiction books. At least that's what I'm going to try to do, because I never read nonfiction books. I have nonfiction books, and I have these plans to read these nonfiction books, but it never happens. So I have picked 3 nonfiction books that I would like to get to, but I can't guarantee anything. None of them are new. I don't know if it fits any of the criteria except for the one that's like what you think is important, I think is what it is. Sorry if I'm wrong. But I have picked up 3. Oh, and most of them are backwards. I've picked up 3. I usually get most of my books from the thrift store, so I don't have like any new books ever. Sorry. The first one is A Brief History of Time, From the Big Bang to Black Holes by Stephen Hawking, which is kind of self-explanatory. It is about space, time, things, and it may go right over my head. I do enjoy science. My degree is in science, but not this kind of science. I wanted to be an astronomer, but that doesn't mean I understand anything about it. So, I do understand that if this isn't so awesome and I don't understand it, at least the overarching plot of it is understandable from what I've looked up and read about the book. But I don't know too much about it because, as you'll realize, I like to go into most of these books blind. The next book, which has been out forever. Did it come out in the 90s? This is like an old book, too. This isn't like a new copy of it. Oh, it came out in the 80s. So, I'm really late jumping on this one, but it is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And it's kind of like another self-help book. I don't know. We'll see about this one. I read 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, and that's why I picked this one up at a library book sale, because I really liked that when I was like 12. I thought it was really got to me, but you know, that was like when you're 12 and you think, yeah. So I may read the first chapter of this and go, I do not need help. Thought I did, but I actually don't. So we'll see. Doesn't mean that I don't need it, but I may not think that I need it. And my alternative, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get to 3 this month, but I recently picked up this one, which is Journal to the Self, which is about, like, I think it's 22 paths to personal growth. Sounds kind of weird, but it's about journaling. And I would like to be a better journaler, but I am a awful journaler. So I'm hoping that maybe this will help me and encourage me to be a little bit better journaler. We'll see. The next book is not. We're done with the nonfiction. We're getting into the novels now. I don't know, we're not going to start with that one. We're going to end with that one. The first one, the one I plan to read next, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. No, I haven't been living under a rock. I have read this book, but I had just got this book in a nice hardback edition at a thrift store, because my paperback one kind of like fell apart in half. I don't know what happened. And so I want to read the entire series through, and I obviously have to start with the first one. So I may read this, and then all of November may be Harry Potter. But I'm hoping I get to other books. The next book is popular on BookTube. It is Shatter Me. And Whitney Novels, oh, it's gonna jump out of my hands. Whitney Novels talks about it all of the time. And so finally I gave in and I was like, alright, I'm gonna read it. So I traded this girl named Rose on Twitter on Books for Trade. She traded me an arc of The Amulet for this copy of Shatter Me. So we'll see. I know it's about a girl that can touch people and they die. That's all I know about it. I really want to go into this book blind. So, yeah. The next book I picked up in a free little library in my town. It is called Under Rose-Tainted Skies, and it is by Louise Gornall. I may not be pronouncing that right, but it is about a girl that has agoraphobia. It is a contemporary novel, as far as I know, and this guy moves next door. That I'm guessing there's some kind of love connection there, and she has to kind of overcome her agoraphobia and learn to deal with it in order to boyfriend this guy. The next book is the first book in the Game of Thrones series, which is 800 pages long and very small text. I want to eventually read this whole series, and if I don't start, it's never going to happen. So I hope that just by getting in there and trying to read all 800 of this book this month will slowly help me into reading the next ones. If I don't like it, well, I accidentally bought too many books. You should never do that. You should never buy a whole series and then not read the first one. We'll see. I may hate it. But I've never watched the TV series. I didn't have cable when I was in college, and that's when Game of Thrones first started coming out. And now I feel like I'm way behind. So I thought I'd just read the books and then maybe try to figure out how to watch the series. I'd probably have to pirate it at this point. I don't know. So yeah, that is 7 books that I plan to get through in November, and I only read 5 in October, and they're very short books, so it may not happen. We'll see. I'll let you guys know, but thanks for watching.